ravenrock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
This is your first visit to Ravenrock, Outlander. State your intentions.
None of your business.
That's the kind of attitude that's going to land you in prison. I'll let it go for now. Just remember, Ravenrock is sovereign territory of House Reddery. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions?
Do you know who Miraak is?
I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it.
Can you tell me anything about him?
I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone. I'm not sure. Geology. I'm starting to wonder what happened to it.
We were delayed by bad weather. Before you even asked, yes, I have the supplies you requested.
Here in his shrine, that they have forgotten.
Here do we toil, that
You
we
there.
might remember.
You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here?
I'm looking for someone named Miraak.
Miraak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Miraak's been dead for thousands of years.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of miraaks towards the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
Through him.
Yeah. What are these people doing?
Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
Our hands once were idle.
Have you tried to stop this?
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out.
Shall listen.
All right. Good enough. Thanks. Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior. And you are watching The Passage, a Skyrim SE Let's Play, featuring Ettient Jorel, the Altmer Ranger. In the last episode, we got to have a look at the Thalmor orders that we collected on our raid of Northwatch Keep. And having done so, discovered that Vantus was alive and that he was taken here to the island of Solstheim. We were able to make a connection between that name and a letter we had found on the body of a strange cultist who had attacked us. And so here we are. If you remember, we sent Garm back to Kerway with a message, and now we are here. That very same letter spoke of a group called the Skull. We don't really know who the Skull are, but what we do know is that the letter had talked about...
What are you gawking at, Outlander?
The letter had talked about securing Vantus with a number of other Skull prisoners, and then had also made mention of the Skull being seen sending groups to this Temple of Miraak, which we are also vaguely familiar with, simply through the letters from the cultists. So at this point, really, the only lead to pursue, as far as Etienne can tell,
I wonder if a dragon could be captured alive. It would make a fascinating test subject.
well, hold that thought.
You can't help on their way.
Must have run off. Thanks. I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive.
What are those things?
Wish I could have said the same for my man here. Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them Ashspawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Ravenrock and they need to be stopped.
How did that bring you to this old farm?
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
All right.
I could use your help.
Seriously.
Some of the Red... Me, I don't care. I was going to say... I know it isn't the
Since
best
you
place to
asked.
start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
How can I help?
Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Ravenrock behind. And I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Where do I begin?
We were searching the farm when the Ashspawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful. Report back to me if you discover anything unusual.
Oh, look at these. Let's take a sample of the ash. At this point, I don't think that Etienne is going to collect anything that he would have to smelt. Declaration of war. Ravenrock Stronghold. My calls for the unconditional surrender of your forces and an immediate cessation of all hostilities have been ignored numerous times. I therefore have no choice but to assume your purpose on Solstheim is hostile, and to treat Ravenrock Stronghold as an enemy of the Empire. I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. I will do everything in my power to wipe you and your forces off the face of Tamriel. There will be no further communications between us. General Falx Carius, Garrison Commander, Fort Frostmoth. Hey. You should look at this.
Have you found something? This is strange. The note says it's from General Falx Carius, but that's impossible.
Jeez, I thought Ettient was a close talker. Impossible, why?
Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive.
What do you want me to do?
If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm gonna head back to Ravenrock and prepare the men for further assaults.
Do you know someone called Miraak?
I might know someone, or maybe not. I can't remember.
Just tell me if you know him.
I can't. I just can't be sure. I think maybe he had something to do with a temple. A temple here on the island. Does that help?
Yeah, it does.
Be careful.
Alright. Alright, it's time to go into Ranger mode. Seems there's always somebody who needs the help of a Ranger, right? What is this? Yeesh. Some kind of an insect. That mage must have killed it. Alright. We need to head to the interior of the island. To start with, we're gonna try to navigate whatever roads or trails are here. What the hell? Huh. Wow. The trails here are a little bit tricky. It's a bit more difficult to differentiate what's a trail from just the surrounding territory. So, hungry, thirsty, fatigued. All of the above. So I have come to the conclusion that in my next playthrough, I am going to continue to use iNeed, but I'm going to try to configure it differently so that we don't have all the stomach growling stuff going on. As interesting as that is and all, it, for me, has a tendency to distract from... What? Ooh, I hit it, but it's on to something else now. it just has the tendency to ruin the gravity of certain story moments, you know? You're having an intense story moment that's critical to the character in some way, and then you get this stomach growling going on. I just find it to be just kind of annoying in that way. But I like the things that it adds to the game just in terms of game mechanics. The necessity of water and, you know, that kind of stuff. I think that stuff is critical, and I like that stuff. I'll just probably take a look at how to configure it a bit differently, see if I have some options. It's like a spriggan that's been burned. Here's another one of those insect things. Take a sample of that. Yeesh. Yeah, perhaps we'll hold off on that. This land is devastated. Okay, they're dressed in a similar way to the guards we saw in town, so not gonna mess with them. It's interesting. I mean, everything is covered in volcanic ash, and you can see that volcano is still spilling it into the atmosphere. It gives the impression that you're in a desert. However, it's cold enough here, obviously. We can see our breath. Even deserts can get deadly cold at night. Movement up there too. What's this? It's kind of interesting, actually. In that his armor that we've been using for a long time, feel like it provides a lot of really good camouflage here. It seems like perfect for this environment. What has happened here? What is this? Something not right here. That. What is it? Try it again. Tremor ruins here as well. What is it? Look at these items. These are all items native to Skyrim. Oh, shit. Okay, we're getting away from that, whatever that is. Encampment. This place is somewhat horrifying. Here. Looks like a scholar. Well, he's got an extended camp, barrels of food and provisions. He's likely here to study this ruin. That's what scholars like to do, is it not? I wonder if they excavated this. Dug the ash out at some point, or if it somehow survived the devastation. Somehow I suspect that this is not the temple we're looking for. This is where the ash begins to mix with snow. And we get a nice muddy slush, I would imagine. Get up here. Come on, you can do it, buddy. Just like home. No? Okay. Let's try over this way. Much rather take the high road here if I can. But Solstheim's not going to make it easy. There we go. Come on now. Very good. Look at that. climb this. Notice the architecture. This archway looks exactly like the one that those people in Ravenrock were building.
And when the world shall see.
What?
And when the world remembers,
Holy hell.
that world will cease to be.
There's dragon skeletons everywhere.
Here in his temple.
Who's this?
That they have forgotten.
Skull. This must be the skull, right?
Here do we turn. That we might remember.
It's as if they're in a trance.
By night we
Or dead
play.
dragons. Okay, there's absolutely no disputing
What by day was stolen,
the power that this miraak must be able to control, right?
far from ourselves.
Dead dragons everywhere.
He grows ever near to us. Our eyes once were blinded.
Now through him do we see.
Our hands once were idle.
Now through them does he speak.
And when the world shall listen,
And when the world shall see.
And when the world remembers,
She's not under the spell.
that will cease to
She's trying to wake them up. Look at this.
here in his
It
temple,
looks almost like an amphitheater, doesn't it?
that they have forgotten.
Osla, please! You must listen to me!
You might remember.
Isra! I'm here to help you! You must leave this place!
Hey,
You there! What brings you to this place? Why are you here?
well, who are you?
I am Freya of the Sky. I am
Sky.
here to either save my people or avenge them.
what faithless minds.
What do you think you're saving them from?
I am unsure. Something has taken control of most of the people of Solstheim. It makes them forget themselves and work on these horrible creations that corrupt the stones, the very land itself. My father, Storm, our shaman, says Miraak has returned to Solstheim, but that is impossible.
This miraak tried to have me killed.
Then you and I both have reason to see what lies beneath us. Let us go. There is nothing more I can do here. The tree stone and my friends are beyond my help for now. We need to find a way into the temple below.
Our hands once were iron.
I will not fall.
I didn't even see the thing open. I heard it. Certainly.
Are you ready to help me now? We should not delay. We should check these rooms for supplies before heading further
Yeah,
into
we
the
should
temple.
not delay, but we should exercise caution. Obviously. They just popped up out of the ground and ambushed us, so... They're just roasting people in here. That's nice.
Take your time. I shall follow you when you're ready.
Healing potions, very good. Hey,
The evil in this place must be rooted out.
tell me of your people.
We have lived on Solstheim for many generations. Our people are tied to the land itself. We try to serve the All-Maker, to live in balance with nature, instead of exploiting it, as others would. We must find out what is at work here.
Find them.
Good ambush. Search them. I don't think they were expecting us to be so far into their temple at this point.
We must be careful in these ruins. Traps can be anywhere, and there will likely be many. Miraak was trying to take power here, and protect himself in the process.
Watch your step.
I do not wish to imagine the kinds of things that happened in this chamber. Who are the poor souls? trapped in these cages. What tortures did they suffer at Miraak's hands? Was it in service to the dragons, or for his own purposes?
I get the impression that
Look up there. I think I see something.
with miraak, it's all about miraak.
The stairs are knocked out. I have no doubt you can find a way up. You never know. You may find something of value up there. Impressive. Was it worth the effort?
Yeah, it was.
Clear the way for the coming of the true dragon.
Who's there?
Well, soon, and all will be judged. Shall not fall. The rightful Dragonborn comes soon.
I thank you for your protection, Lawmaker.
That battle was a bit disgusting. We made it through. That was a little bit higher class of cultists than what Ettient has encountered previously. Ocean of Light Feet. Okay. A little bit tougher.